Triumph Triple Challenge, and the man in form is Chrissy Rouse. He's won the last 3 races on the bounce. What can the competition do? Let's find out with James and Jack.
With 10 laps ahead of him, Chrissy Rouse on pole position in the Triumph Triple Challenge, already well warmed up after his rostrum finish in the National Superstock 600 Championship. Gets a terrible start, drops back into the pack and loses out completely as Dan Hellier, I think, initially grabbed the advantage running into the first turn. Definitely Dan Hellier has the advantage there. And Hellier, who produced a terrific result yesterday with a 2nd place, by far his best result in the 2nd race yesterday behind Chrissy Rouse, has taken advantage of his starting position and heads the field. I think Charlie King's made a good start as well. He has, that threatening figure in yellow running ahead of Chrissy Rouse in 2nd place. So number 19, Hellier at the front from Hailsham on the Littlewood Racing Triumph, leads the way with Charlie King sneaking through at Agostini to grab an early lead ahead of Chrissy Rouse. Alicia in 4th place, Corbino, Oliver, Jones, Atkinson, Freddie Pett. Atkinson's made a good start from low down on the grid. But at the front, Charlie King's the man who's trying to gap the field here on the first lap of 10.
Yeah, 10th, Atkinson went off the 3rd row, the South African.
And as they go sweeping round the right-hander that takes them onto the Bentley Straight. This is the Williams right-hander onto the Bentley Straight. And a flat stick down here before they hit the 3rd gear left-hander at Brundle. Beautiful day, just absolute perfection. And as Chrissy Rouse launches round the outside of Dan Hellier to nick 2nd place on the way into the chicane.
Yeah, unusual move there, but worked nonetheless. And like you say, Chrissy Rouse managed 2nd there on the blue bike. He just done 12 laps on a very similar machine in Superstock 6.
So by the time he's done these 2 races, he'll have done more than the British Superbikes lads will have done at the end of their races.
Yes, he will, yeah.
Good job he's a fit young A-level student.
Yep, his 4th race, this is. A lot of laps.
You can relax after this, or you can head home to Burnett Field near Newcastle on Tyne. The leader, though, Charlie King, surges past in that distinctive custard yellow motorcycle ahead of Chrissy Rouse, Dan Hellier. The Spaniard Alicia is in 4th place out of Corbino, Jones, Atkinson, Oliver, Pett and Pitchers. So at the front then, it's the 16-year-old from Great Yarmouth, from Galston, just outside Great Yarmouth, very much a local boy, just 25 miles up the road. Charlie King, obviously enjoying his local racetrack, and it is already dragging out an advantage here. On the Pressure Integrity Racing Triumph, ahead of Chrissy Rouse, who's changed, obviously, from the Haribo Starmix spare bike onto his Stratston racing machine, and trying to stay in touch with this lad. Charlie King at the moment is 4th in the championship, 50 points behind the leader, Chrissy Rouse, so he certainly needs the points, James.
He does, yeah.
That is the Spaniard who won his first race yesterday, running in 4th place. Tidy style, James, he's got.
Yeah, Alicia,
on the second of those white bikes.
That's him, that's the number 91 bike, yeah. I'm quite impressed with the lad, actually.
On the BCN racing machine, there he is, running just ahead of Corbino and Jones. Number 15, Michael Corbino, the American on the Michael Corbino Racing Triumph. We can't stop these emigres, can we? They just surge in from all known continents.
Yeah, but do you know what? That is an indication of just how kind of healthy and buoyant the British Championships in all classes are at the minute. You know, people, bumping them. Yeah, that's all right. See the British Championship as a stepping stone, you know, and they're coming from, like I say, North America, Canada. We've had a load of Australians through now, increasingly from the continent, Italians
and that is Corbino, actually being leathered by number 37, Jesse James Jones from Basildon as they go into Riches.
Yeah, we're even getting riders from Basildon involved now.
Talking about continents. New lap record then for Charlie King. I thought it wouldn't be long in going. Ashley Beecher's 156.258 from 2011 is suddenly whacked by this man, Charlie King. So new lap record for Charlie King. Chrissy Rouse running behind him, only just outside that new lap record pace, but he's coming under some threat now from Dan Hellier, who surprised himself and everybody else by finishing second to Chrissy Rouse yesterday afternoon. Hellier looking strong.
He is. Rouse does actually look like he's regrouping a little bit now. He certainly hasn't dropped back for a lap or two on Charlie King, so his black time must have been almost exactly the same as King's.
In fact, it was Hellier who was going slightly quicker than Rouse,
was
actually.
It?
Yeah, on the last lap. So number 55, Chrissy Rouse, running in second place ahead of the white machine of Dan Hellier. Far too many white machines in this race for my liking. Let's get a bit of colour.
Numbers.
Let's get a bit of. You can at least read the numbers. Whoa, someone's gone straight on, and that is Hellier.
Yeah, it is,
Dan Hellier's flown straight on. Now, what does he have to do, James? He has to drop back to where he was.
Yeah, he's got to drop back.
Done.
He hasn't gained a place or gained any time, and he hasn't. He's clearly lost a little bit of time there to the leading. Yeah, so, I'll tell you what.
Oh, and a mistake there by King. He's on the grass. He's lost the lead. Yeah, he looks over his shoulder and he's dropped to third place. Now, Charlie King, new lap record holder, has got a lot to do.
And you've got to be careful here. This is going into the S's at the end of the straight. This is the... And that, yeah, he got a bit of a bobble going into the front. And look at it, stay on there. If you're going to do that on the grass, now's the day to do it, because there is a little bit of grip with the grass being parched dry.
Into the final lap then. Well, I suppose it's have a go, but not chuck away 20 points.
Yeah, the young lads.
I know. They want to have a rip.
Get stuck in.
Do you know, James, one of the surprising things we think of airfield tracks as being flat, but, you know, there's a surprising number of undulations and little areas that could catch you out round here.
Yeah, there is. I've got to say, it's fairly flat, though. It's reasonably flat. It's not got the sort of topography of, let's say, Cadwell or Ulmard or Brands Hatch, but...
I wasn't going to extremes.
No.
But there's certainly one or two, but it just drops away underneath you. You just need to be a bit canny with that front wheel.
It's a lot of airfield circuits are flat camber. There's nothing helping you to turn into the corners, you know, there's no kind of camber holding you in. Even that looked dead flat.
Now, this is going to be a crucial moment, because 55 Chrissy Rouse knows that he needs to gun it down the back straight, and he is getting well clear of Dan Hellier. Hellier will make a late nab on the brakes, but he's just not close enough.
I don't know.
He might be. Oh, he's going to have a go around the outside and chop onto the inside. And Chrissy Rouse cleverly hangs off and then chops back underneath. Classic
Snetterton is that. Sometimes works. In that case, Hellier lost a bit of time coming out. That allowed, but from Rouse's point of view, you'd be expecting him to run a little bit wide and be a bit slow coming out. So he did just the right thing.
Chrissy Rouse then drops into Murray's on the 10th and final lap. Charlie King running strongly in third place, the early leader and the new lap record holder. But Chrissy Rouse leading the championship, second race win of the weekend, ahead of Dan Hellier, second place of the weekend. Third place for Charlie King, fourth place for Alex Aulisha, who took a race win yesterday morning. So a good 22 laps of racing for this man. His first outing on a Haribo Star Mix bike in the National Superstock 600 Championship yielded third place, and he goes straight out and wins the Triumph Triple Challenge. A perfect day in Norfolk. Chrissy Rouse takes the win from pole position on his Stratstone Racing Triumph, ahead of the Littlewood Triumph of Dan Hellier. Third place goes to Charlie King, the local boy from just up the road outside Great Yarmouth, ahead of Aulisha of Spain. Freddie Pett takes fifth, Scott Pitchers is sixth, Michael Corbino goes seventh. Phil Atkinson in eighth place. Jesse James Jones made a mistake on the last lap and dropped to ninth ahead of Tom Oliver. The standings after 8 of 18 races. Chrissy Rouse well on top on 161 points now, with a lead of 45 over Philip Atkinson. Freddie Pett in third place ahead of Charlie King. Alex Aulisha in fifth ahead of Dan Fuller, and Dan Hellier moving up to seventh place ahead of Jesse James Jones, Scott Pitchers and Sam Cox.
That's it for the Tramps. We'll see them again in a couple of weeks at Brands Hatch, and we'll see you again right after this break.
MotoGP has served up a high-cal diet this season.
Carl Crutchlow gets his first ever pole position.
But don't worry, because the doctor doesn't mind.
Rossi wins in Assen.
So what treats will be on the menu?